Young man took drunk female boss home, but when she woke up, she found out she is in big trouble. Before we continue, please remember to like, share and subscribe. The city skyline shimmered as golden lights flickered across the glass walls of Aurora Lounge, one of the most exclusive rooftop bars in downtown Chicago. It was the kind of place reserved for high rollers and top executives, and tonight, the marketing department of Elixis Corporation had taken it over to celebrate their record-breaking quarter. Jenna Morales stood at the center of the crowd, her tailored navy blazer now abandoned on a barstool as she raised a glass of champagne. To a team that makes miracles happen, she cheered. The group responded with laughter and clinking glasses. Jenna, the department director, was known for her intensity, high standards, and relentless pace. Tonight, though, the tension had eased from her shoulders, replaced by a flush of relief and alcohol. Alex Carter stood at the edge of the room, watching her. As the youngest and newest team member, he still felt like a guest in someone else's house. He admired Jenna, not in a romantic way, but for her sharp mind and calm command of any room. She was rarely seen laughing this freely. Over the next hour, the champagne kept flowing. Jenna didn't usually drink heavily, but tonight she was letting go. She'd given her life to this company for 6 years and deserved one night to feel weightless. Except, she didn't stop at one. By midnight, the crowd had thinned. Some had migrated to a nearby club, others waved goodbye in drunken cheer. Jenna sat slumped on a velvet bench, heels in one hand, mumbling something about Q3 projections being doomed to anyone who came near. Alex hesitated. He wasn't close to her, not really. They'd had a few cordial exchanges, once over coffee, once in an elevator when she gave him a compliment that nearly sent his heart racing. But now, seeing her like this, vulnerable and alone, he couldn't walk away. He approached cautiously. "Ms. Morales?" Her head lolled to the side. "Carter, you're still here? You, ambitious thing. I think it's time to get you home." She blinked slowly. "Home sounds wonderful. Lead the way, Junior." Alex paid for a cab with the last of his Venmo balance. She leaned against him, muttering nonsensically. He awkwardly asked for her address, which she managed to mumble between hiccups. When they reached her high-rise apartment, she barely managed to fumble her keys into the door. He guided her to the couch, fetched her a glass of water, and took off her shoes. Then, without touching anything else, he quietly scribbled a note: "Drink this. You'll feel better in the morning," and left. He never imagined what would happen next. Sunlight streamed through the sheer curtains. Jenna groaned, rolling over on the couch with a pounding headache. Her head throbbed. Her dress was wrinkled, makeup smudged, and mouth dry. She sat up slowly, blinking around the room. Then she saw the note. Then the glass of water. Then, it hit her. What the hell happened last night? She remembered the bar. The toasts. The champagne. A blur. Alex? She vaguely recalled him helping her. Did he? Before she could finish the thought, her phone buzzed. Over 60 unread messages. Then a call. "Jenna, it's HR. We need to speak. Immediately." Her stomach dropped. Clicking into the messages, she froze. A photo. A blurry image of her, barefoot, slouched in Alex's arms as he helped her into the cab. The caption, "Look who needed a little junior help last night." The thread beneath it was worse: speculation, innuendo, judgment. A second text, leaked. Exec saw. Damage control in progress. Jenna's world began to crumble. In the HR conference room, Jenna sat stiffly, clutching a bottle of water. Across from her was Marlene Davis, the head of HR, flanked by 2 legal advisors. "Jenna," Marlene began, "this situation has escalated rapidly. The photo has been shared internally across multiple departments and forwarded to clients." Jenna felt the blood drain from her face. "We've been asked to open a formal investigation regarding your conduct, the appearance of impropriety, and the possible abuse of power. What? Jenna's voice cracked. I didn't do anything wrong. Be that as it may, said one of the lawyers, optics matter. You're a senior executive. The young man involved is your subordinate. We've been informed he escorted you to your home while you were clearly intoxicated. Jenna could barely breathe. He did nothing inappropriate. He helped me. That's all. Then you'll have to prove it. Outside the room, Alex waited. He'd been summoned for questioning. His expression was pale, panicked. Jenna met his eyes as she walked past. They were both caught in something much bigger than a misunderstanding now. They were targets in a corporate storm. By the next day, whispers floated through every hallway. The company Slack was flooded with passive-aggressive jokes. Jenna noticed doors closing just as she approached, conversations ending abruptly, and eyes watching her every move. Alex, meanwhile, was ghosting everyone. He skipped the cafeteria, replied only in one-word emails, and left the office early. The trust he'd built since joining had cracked. Worse, Jenna had received an official letter, a mandatory leave of absence, pending internal review. She couldn't sleep that night. She scoured her memory, then her building's hallway camera footage. And that's when she saw something. At 3:18 a.m., someone had returned to her floor. The figure was tall, wearing a hoodie, and holding a phone, pointed at her apartment door. She paused the footage. Enhanced the image. She recognized the shoes. Not Alex. It was Jordan, another team lead, passed over for promotion twice by her. Jordan Temple had always played friendly in meetings, but Jenna had long suspected resentment simmered beneath the surface. She remembered giving the leadership role to a younger woman instead of him last fall. His smile that day had been too polite. Now, things made more sense. Jordan had stayed late at the bar too. He must have taken the photo, or worse, staged it. But proving that would be another story. Jenna needed allies. She called the only one who had nothing to gain or lose in this war, Alex. Can you meet me? She asked. They met at a quiet coffee shop. He looked exhausted. I'm sorry this happened, she began. You don't deserve this. Neither do you, he replied. She slid her phone across the table. That's from my hallway camera. That's Jordan. Alex leaned in. He came back? Probably to finish what he started, or to make it look worse. Alex pulled out his own phone. I have dashcam footage. From the cab. It shows everything. You passed out. I helped you into your apartment. I never even stepped into your bedroom. Their eyes met. For the first time, they weren't boss and employee. They were co-conspirators in proving the truth. Armed with the footage, Jenna returned to HR. She demanded the investigation be reopened with full access to building security logs and the metadata from the leaked photo. As the pieces fell into place, Jordan's plan unraveled. The original photo was traced back to his company phone. The metadata showed it had been taken nearly 45 minutes after Jenna had already gone inside. HR moved fast after that. Jordan was called into a closed-door meeting. By the end of the week, he was gone. Jenna's suspension was lifted. The CEO issued a quiet internal memo clearing her name. No apology. No public retraction. Just a brief statement, matter closed. But the damage lingered. Trust took longer to rebuild. Alex, meanwhile, was offered a transfer, out of goodwill or guilt, no one knew. He declined. Instead, he walked into Jenna's office one afternoon and said, I think I want to stay. This team still needs people who do the right thing. Jenna smiled. So do I. Months passed. The scandal faded, replaced by newer rumors. Jenna rebuilt her image, this time with a little less distance from her team. She didn't attend every happy hour, but she made time for real conversations. And Alex? He earned a promotion, quietly, based on merit. They never spoke of that night again. But sometimes, as they passed in the hallway or worked late into the evening on campaigns, their eyes would meet, and a silent truth passed between them. They had survived the worst kind of corporate betrayal. Hope you enjoyed the story. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.